Good day, guys. Thanks for visiting That Journal Guy. My name is Richard, and so I'm going to be doing a flip through as well as an evolutionary kind of view of this spreadsheet list thing that I've been doing to integrate into my ARC notebook system. Now, I'm going to do a flip through of July, which I confess I actually didn't finish. So I ran out of ink on one day, and I shared it on my Instagram, first world problem that I ran out of ink on one of my entries, and then I had to buy new gel pens to replenish. I didn't have any spares with me and all this, but I never did get back to that page. And there was something daunting about the way I've been logging my days, and because I'm integrating this Bujo badge system that I created myself, I found that actually it's a little hard to use in a daily log. I'm using my journal more as a journal than as a planner. So it's been great, like it's been working great. The Bujo badge system is something that I've invented. Just, you know, it gives me a visual log of my day. So I've done a video of it. I'm putting it as a card in my video, but basically I love the visuality of it. Like it gives me this sense of, oh, I put a lot of time into different parts of my life and my day, but it's really hard to record, and it's actually really hard to keep up with. And as you'll see shortly through my flip through, it's been tough to sort of make time to sit down and make my little circles and color them in, and the end result is always great. It looks good, but it's tough, right? And I'm finding also the reason why I'm going to show you the evolution of this spreadsheet list thing is because there's a lot of tasks that were recurring, mostly for work. And although I really want to record what I'm doing at work, and it actually helps me keep me on track, so maybe it's the small bit of planning that I do in my journal. I didn't want to. I want to set myself up for more success, in that if this is already written down, there's less for me to record in my Bujo badge system, so I'll be able to keep up with it better for August. So I hope that you guys will enjoy this kind of flip through and walk through of my thing. I was going to originally do this as a plan with me, but I realized that my journal, the way I use it, is not really a planner, it's a journal, right? So I'll flip through July so you can sort of see what I'm aiming for and what I'm hoping to do with this new list. So let's go onto my tabletop. Let me see if you guys what you guys think of this new system, this new refined system for August. So let's go over here and see what it looks like. All right, guys, so here we are with my ARC notebook system for July, and I'll just quickly show you again the cover. Star Wars Force Awakens cover here that I Googled. This image, it's not my art, so I can't take credit for it, but I did laminate this into 8mm laminate sheets, and it's actually turned out to be quite a nice notebook, so I'm really happy with this. So here's my ARC notebook system here. So the beauty of a disk system, if you're a happy planner or using the ARC or the tool disk system or whatever you use, the disk system is great for being able to remove pages as you need to, as well as add them in. So I was really drawn to this, and if I bring in my history here of my with my Dollarama journal, this is the original Bujo system, Bujo badge system. I had my dailies, my weekly spread over 2 pages, and I would put different badges, colors for different parts of the day. So blue was work, and green was well-being, and yellow was my Bujo time, and red was spending, etc. So this is what it originally looked like. But I found that I really enjoyed doing daily logs of my day. So if I ran out of space in this column, I would actually start it as a diary day and just continue it on. So it was just neat because I could see visually all the kinds of different things that I did, and that it was neat to sort of go into the day. Here I switched it up to a Transformers theme in June, and I changed my layout to be a daily log instead of the column system that I had originally, right? So there's those columns, there you go. So those columns turned into a diary day, so that's great. So that's where this became part of my ARC system. So with the 8.5 by 11 page, I thought I would have a lot of real estate to do my Bujo badge system, and it worked out really super well. So I have my quotes and my gratitude up top. I've got a printed calendar that I got off of the internet that I use for my my daily, you know, like sort of circling the day. So if I sort of bring it in there. You can sort of see that I've circled the day that happens to be on this page, and it was a Super Friends theme, so I did that. So quotes, gratitude, and the normal daily log, along with clip art that I've seen on the internet. It was Canada Day on July 1st, so I thought I'd put that in there. So it turned out really well, and as you can sort of see, I didn't even finish coloring for July 2nd and 3rd here, but you can sort of get the picture. So I mean, I have my embellishments along the page. I've got quotes and gratitude up at the top, my calendar's up top, as well as all of the logs throughout the day. And it actually like once it's all colored in, it looks really cool. I mean, I thought this is great. You know, I use an Artist Loft general purpose stencil to do the circles, and I've actually this yellow circle is actually what I used for my Dollarama journal. This red sticker is actually for the circle I use in this system, so it's a good visual tip in case you are using something like this. Which circle do I use again? It's the one with the red one for me. Anyway, so yeah, this is how I did my day. You'll notice that on this day I forgot to put the quotes and gratitude, but it gave me a little bit more room to do my logging. It was a catch-up day. And as we went along through the month, I was actually finding it really hard to find time to color all these in. And although I recorded a ton during my day, it was starting to get to be a bit of a grind trying to get all of it recorded. So I was using my notes app on my phone to catch up. Like, so I would record everything on my computer, type it all in, and then I'd write it out later during the weekends. So it was working a little bit here. On July 20th, I sort of skipped, like I was going to catch up from the 14th onward, and on the 20th, I started doing it strong again. I started using my super tips instead of my pencil crayons because I found I could color faster with them, and it was still effective. But then here's on July 23rd, I ran out of ink on my gel pen. I was like, ugh. So I bought new gel pens, and I never got back in to finish July. So now that I've got a blank slate for August, I want to show you guys what I'm doing for my recurring tasks. So a lot of this, like you'll see for July 20th and the 21st, you'll see a lot of blue badges, which is my work badge. All of these tasks keep repeating themselves every week. So I had an idea of using Excel to do some of my tasks for, like do a chart of my tasks or a checklist, right? So this is just a checklist, and I actually split them up by different types of tasks. So different parts that help me produce different parts of our newspaper here, our magazine, and then, you know, submitting things for print via FTP, and then doing our targeted lists and doing stuff online. Like, so all of these tasks happen all the time. But the problem with this system here, using Excel to do this, it looks great. And then I was gonna, like, once I've got my stats for the week, how much work I did during the week compared to other people in the office, then I could sort of visually see that I was putting in the time. But the problem with this is it looks very sterile. It really does. It looks very sterile compared to the rest of my journal. So I wanted to figure out, how am I gonna make this work? I also wondered how, if it looks this sterile, I'm gonna have to punch it in like this. It's gonna be, you know, one really sterile page compared to the rest. So how can I make it a little bit more interesting? So I thought, okay, why don't I change the list up a little bit, pardon me, to, instead of doing it grouping by the type of task, group it by the day. So here's my Monday tasks, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Now the problem with this is that if I cut these up so that I can integrate them into the day, they take up like a lot of real estate on my page, especially the Thursday task. I've really, like, the granularity of it is a little bit tiny. Maybe I don't have to split it up into that many tasks, but I'm a small victories kind of person. So every time I check something off, it's very satisfying, right? So I don't think I could paste these in without them taking up an invasive amount of space on my page. Even though it is a letter-sized page, I'm having troubles figuring out how I'm going to integrate this. So I thought, okay, well, wait a minute, maybe these are just too big. Maybe I could split the page, the list for each day across. So just split the list in half and then have it go this way. So I did do that, but I found that the Thursday list was still really big. So I'm going, oh man, how am I going to do this? I really want this list integrated into my arc, but I don't want it to be a sterile piece of paper compared to the rest of the colorful themes that I'm going to be doing. So I finally decided I'm going to do it this way. So what it is, it's going to be still a printed page that's going to be in here. I still have room for my chart, which I'll paste into it after the week is over, so that I know the stats for my week. So I'll still have a visual of my work week. So what I can do is actually add color to this so that it sort of blends in more with the with the rest of the journal, right? So I still have room for my tracker, so this will get added in after. I'll print up a bunch of these ones and punch them in this way, right? But to add the color, I have a space here. And what I'm going to do is use my homemade watercolor sheets. Now these are made using marker on plastic sheets that have been spritzed with water, and then you squish the paper on top of it, right? So you get this really cool splash of color. I think this one's my favorite. And basically what I want to do is cut it to size so that I have a splash of color inside this box. And what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to either write or stamp August, date, whatever, and it will be that splash of color for this page. And I'm actually thinking maybe I'm actually going to put color in the charts as well, because we have a color printer here at work. So I think that's going to actually work really well. So it's going to integrate this way, and I'll just print one for the week, and then the rest of the week will end up being more like this, right? So that's actually really neat. That's why I love this ARC system. So if you can picture it, like just sort of visualize it here, I'll have this punched in, and then I'll flip the page over, and then there'll be the weekly regular stuff. So will I record anything for work in this log of mine? I probably will, but I think what these are the tasks that happen all the bloody time. So these tasks almost never change unless there's something operationally that drastically changes. These tasks happen over and over and over again, and if something ever changes that refines this, then I'll just shorten the list and reprint it, and future lists will reflect the new workflow. But what I want to do is record different new tasks that come up throughout the day, because there's never a week that goes by without extra stuff. I do some content management online, and then I also do photography for our agents and stuff like that, our real estate agents. So there's a lot of different tasks that I can record in my log. So I'm looking forward to that. As well, I'm going to add some more embellishments as far as art. I love finding these quotes on Google and on Facebook, and I save them as images and shrink them down, and I'm going to be using those as embellishment for my August days. I'm also thinking of using this tracker. It was created by Lovely Planner here. I want to give credit where credit is due there. So I did not do this particular thing, but I'm thinking that these 31-day trackers are probably going to come in handy for August as well. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed looking through that with me, checking out how I'm going to integrate this printed list. Excel is an awesome tool, guys. It takes a little bit of work to get checklists to look like this, but once it's done, I just print it up over and over again, and it'll be consistent, and it'll be clean and neat, and it will integrate beautifully in my ARC notebook system. So there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the flip through and my plan for August, and I will do an actual flip through of August as it develops. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Please stay tuned for more. I appreciate you visiting That Journal Guy, and I hope you guys journal on and have an awesome start to your week. So take care, guys, and stay tuned for the next video.